We'll go ahead, glow the plugs. Now all the lights off, we'll go ahead and start it. And as you heard, it works perfectly now.
So this is the follow-up video on the Ford Transit. I'm going to show you in this video today how to remove the glow plugs. I've got one on the Mark 6 as well. Click the link down in the description below, or it'll just pop up here now. If you haven't seen my previous video on diagnosing the fault with the glow plugs, do watch it. The link's in the description below, or just go to my Ford Transit repair playlist. That goes into detail on how to diagnose the glow plugs and how we came to the conclusion that the glow plugs were at fault. You'll need a small ratchet set because we'll need a 7, we'll need an 8, we'll need a 10. I also like to have a 1/4 inch set like so, just with a 8mm and a 10. And as we go along, I'll show you what other tools we require. Important to spray down your glow plugs and go through the treatment process, which I'll discuss at the end of this video, but make sure you spray it down and drive the vehicle a few times. Start by removing the air intake box for your blower motor. It's just held in by these 2 bolts here at the top.
This is another reason why the glow plugs rust. Water collects here and get another bad design, and it goes down to the glow plugs. So I find it easiest to remove this bracket over here. Now remember, these bolts, they're extended because they hold the common rail in place. So do not forget to put this back if you're doing it the way I'm showing you now with this method. This method means that you do not have to remove the EGR pipe. So now what I'll go ahead and do is I'll open up these 2 8mm bolts over here. They require 8mm socket. So I'll drop that, and once I drop that, now this is free in place. We can remove, there's a little bolt here at the back. So we'll go ahead and remove that bolt, and that will free up this whole bracket system. And don't forget, there's a hidden bolt underneath here, which you should see now. Just in case anyone needs to see the bolts, that's where they all are. So there's 4 bolts at the bottom of this manifold, and there's 5 at the top. So once you have all of this ready to come out, it will be a little bit difficult because we're not pull the EGR pipe, but what you want to do is push it right to the back. Then this bracket I showed you, move that out of the way. This one here, if it's coming in your way, just lift up this tab. Lift up that tab from the back. Take this whole thing out. And then we'll just wiggle it out. It will make its way out. Just be careful of the connectors, don't damage anything. Push this out of the way. Here, if it's coming in the way, there will be a little bit of diesel that will come out. Pull it out quickly, and then just push it up here so that it goes back into the tank. With that out of the way, then this intake manifold will just come off. So as I showed you, this is a much easier method than trying to remove and play with the EGR pipe. This is much simpler. But don't forget to put these 2 bolts back before putting the manifold back in. If you forget to slot this in, you won't be able to get this bolt back in, so just remember that. Well, I'll go ahead and tape up all the intake runners because I don't want anything falling in the head. Then I'll start taking off the 7mm nuts on the back of the glow plugs. Intake manifold for reference. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bolts. And if I rotate it around, just in case anyone needs to see the bolts, that's where they all are. And that's the part number in case anyone needs it. I like to use tape, use whatever you want. And then above here, you've got your glow plug electrical nuts. So that's a 7mm nut on all of them. Spray it down because they get rusty, and then you can go ahead and remove it. It's only torqued to about 3 Newton meters. So it doesn't need much torque. So we'll go ahead and remove all of this and then remove the whole loom for the glow plug. Ensure to disconnect your 8mm bolt over here for the loom. Disconnect this first. Disconnect this nut and just remove this. When you're ready to remove it, there's a T30 Torx bit here, T30 Torx screw. Once you remove this, then the whole loom will be free. It's this one here. And then the whole wiring loom comes out. Make sure you test it and make sure there's no breaks in it. And it should be in good condition like this one is. There shouldn't be anything loose here. Check for any damage anywhere in the wiring, any corrosion, any green buildup. Check all of that. And then check the post. If this is not in good condition, replace it with a brand new one. So you need a deep socket, a 10mm deep socket, in order to remove the glow plugs, as you can see. Otherwise you won't get enough clearance. By using a smaller ratchet like this, you can ensure that you don't put too much torque. So if it doesn't come off with the smaller one, follow my method that you'll see at the end of the video in order to release the glow plugs. So this is the first glow plug. I'll give you all the part numbers at the end of the video. So notice this one is rusted in place and it's quite tight. That's what I said, it's very important to spray it down. So what I'm doing is going back and forth, opening it slowly, and then stopping, and then tightening it again to try and free up and break the rust free. So this will be a slow process, but do it this way and you have the best chance of removing the plug in one piece. Open it to that point. Now it's tight. Now I'll re-tighten it just to try and free it up and break it loose. So I'll go ahead and do this off camera because it'll take some time. So now we switch to a bigger ratchet. Now that we know it did come loose, this allows you to keep it a bit more stable, but still follow the method of, so it's tight here now, stop, tighten it again, and spray a lot of penetrating fluid there. It might help release it as well. So after going a lot of back and forth, this is the plug coming out. So you can see where it's corroded the beginning of the threads. Even here it's a bit damaged. So this was the stubborn glow plug, really seized in there. As you saw, we used the impact. Normally I wouldn't recommend the impact, but having seen the results now, you can decide what you want to do with it. Now that the plugs have been removed, some of the threads are not that clean on the head, and just ream it and just clean up. So just using a tap, we'll just go ahead and clean up the cylinder head. A kit like this is really useful, so check the description down below. It comes in use. This kit is basically designed for the exact same process, to ream it and clean up the threads before installing it. That's the proper way of doing it. The tap is clean. Use a brush or anything similar, and then make sure you put grease on it, so then you catch all the filings, so the aluminium shavings, when we put it in the head, all of that will retain on the tap itself, so it won't fall into the cylinder head. And now we'll be doing cylinder number 3. 2 is completed, so only 2 and 3 need a good clean. Hard to see here, but you'll see when the tap is pulled out. So that's all the metal shavings we were talking about. So that's why it's important to always use grease. And plus we'll use a vacuum and suck out anything that might be left over in there. So just using a scope, we're just checking if there's any metal shavings on each glow plug. Always try and minimize any chance of metal shavings going into the cylinder head and into the piston. A bit of Loctite 767. I've gone ahead and coated the glow plug, so this whole body over here. I've coated that and a little bit of the threads, not too much, and now we'll go ahead and install the new plugs. With the new glow plugs in place, we'll go ahead and pocket them down to 13 Newton meters only. I've gone ahead and cleaned up all the contact points of the old lead because it's still in good condition. Just make sure you clean it up if you're reusing your one and if it tests out good. Now I'll go ahead and clean up the cylinder head where the intake manifold bolts on. Use a bit of brake cleaner and a clean rag. So we're just cleaning the intake manifold before putting it in. So as you can tell, there's a lot of carbon buildup from the EGR. So we'll just go ahead and clean it and then reinstall it. We have the intake manifold completely cleaned. If you look inside now, you can barely see any of the carbon buildup. So this was done with a combination of degreaser, brake cleaner, cloths and just brushes, just to clean up as much as we could in there. And now we'll reinstall the new gaskets. And now it's just reversive removal. Make sure you get all the connectors and all of that out of the way. And reinstall your glow plug wiring connector. Always install the new nuts supplied in the glow plug kit. You're done, you can go ahead and tighten up the bolts on the top of the glow plug.
The nuts are only torqued to 3 Newton meters.
Do not over tighten them. Only 3 Newton meters, that's it. Done, now we can go ahead and slot in the manifold. Again, if your gaskets are worn, make sure you replace them. So it goes in just like so, tuck it in that corner. Some of the pipes and all will come in the way, but you just tuck it out of the way. And then it just slots in down like so. And again, don't forget to put this bracket back here with the 2 bolts. It's very important for the common rail. And torque down the intake manifold, all the bolts to 16 Newton meters. So now this is the first turn of the ignition now, with everything back in together. And as you can see, the fuse didn't blow and we have a good working circuit now. We've got the multimeter set up. It's on volts, 20 volts, and we've got it connected up there. Now, so as you can see, we've got 12 volts here now at the Loom of the glow plug. And it starts up well. And now you saw the timer circuit went off. So it's working well now. This is the first cold start in the morning. We'll go ahead, glow the plugs. Now all the lights off, we'll go ahead and start it. And as you heard, it works perfectly now. So I hope that video was of some help to you. Be sure to check out the links in the description below. I also cover Mark 6 Ford Transit, so should you encounter any difficulty with removing the glow plugs, and if it does unfortunately break in place, I covered that in my Mark 6 Ford Transit video. Go to the description below, the comments, or just go to my channel and check out my Ford Transit playlist. I go into detail on how we perform that repair without removing the cylinder head, because that can turn into a major problem if you do have to end up removing the cylinder head, and it gets very expensive. The problem with the Ford Transit, the Fiat Ducato, and a lot of other diesel vehicles is, unfortunately, water drops onto the top of the cylinder head, and that's what causes it to rust in place. So it's quite important to follow the treatment procedure, which basically involves driving the vehicle, warming it up, spraying it down with penetrating fluid, whether it be WD-40 or CRC. You want something to get in there and try and break the rust, whatever's formed in place. Make sure you check out the description below and in the comments, and just go to my Ford Transit playlist. I'll also be covering this Kia Breeze in depth. It's a New Zealand built motorhome, so stay tuned for that. That review is coming, including the Kia Dreamtime. And a few more interesting videos will be coming to the channel. So do stay tuned, subscribe, and follow along, so it helps us grow the channel and create more useful content.
So as I mentioned earlier, this is the good glow plug. So the part number, if you can see that over here, it should pop up now. So this is a Beru plug. It's a 0100 226 203. This is the plug that came out of the vehicle. They're quite generic. You can get this. So if you use the part number that comes up here now, you can cross-reference it into a Bosch number. The one I installed into the vehicle was an NGK. So if you can get easy access to an NGK plug, this is the part number here. It's a simple part number. Again, I'll put that in the description below. It's a Y548J plug. So that should pop up here, or just check down in the description below. This is a good plug. Like I said, it came with its own replacement nut because it runs a different thread on the plug. But if you keep up with your maintenance schedule and ensure that you get rid of the water in that area, or if you want to see how to prevent that water from the early Ford Transit, do check out my playlist. I go into detail with the issues that we have solved over the years with these vehicles. So thanks for watching, everyone. Do like and subscribe, and do stay tuned, and do continue watching on. The treatment process will be after this now. With this guide, which is by far the best, you want to spray it down a few weeks prior and let that oil soak in there, as seen in this diagram here. So now we'll go ahead and tape up all the intake ports so nothing falls inside. Shear torque that you want to use when opening the plugs, it's very important. And this is just a Ford diagram that you can refer to if needed. All the torque settings, that will be later on in the video as well when we close everything up. And this is the torque settings for various glow plug sizes. Overflows on to the top of these glow plugs, so where they are mounted in the cylinder head at the side. So if you don't drive it on a regular basis, what happens is water collects here and it causes this part here to rust. And then that's what happens. So then it just snaps off.